Hello, Ethan.
Hello.
Hi. Can I see you? All right, perfect. Now I see you. Okay, let me introduce myself quickly. My name is Eiling, from Winners Education, and behind you is your dad, is it?
Yeah.
Hello, Christopher.
Hi, hello, hi.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so Ethan, let me start off by sharing with you what is the intention of this topical assessment, okay? Is to actually better understand your strength and weakness in chemistry so that we can see how Winners Education can help you from now to your O-level exam, okay? Now, in Winners Education, right, over the 20 plus years of teaching, we work best with this group of parents and students who have the following traits. They are willing to accept feedback without getting offended. They take massive actions. They apply what they have been taught, and they take consistent action. Okay. On the other hand, right, we don't work so well with parents and students who pushes the blame to the teachers or the tutors, come up with all kinds of excuse why not doing well, just wants to take shortcut and do last minute revision. All right. So now, at the end of the session, right, if we are not a right fit, then I'll point you to the best possible direction. If we are a right fit, I will share with you the program that our students go through to pass chemistry with distinction. Does it all make sense to you? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. Christopher, later on, if I were to share the program that our students go through, right?
Okay, sure.
The decision, is it made by you? Is the decision going to be made by you solely, or you need to discuss with Ethan about it?
It was good to discuss with him also, yeah, to
Okay.
see his opinion, yeah.
All right. Okay, Ken. Okay, so Ethan, let us start then. So can I just ask you a casual question? What do you actually enjoy doing during your free time?
I like just lying around and like I guess just watching my phone.
Okay, so as in, I mean, on the phone itself, there are so many things to do, right? So usually
yeah,
what you do on your phone?
I just watch YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any channel that you like or any genre of things that you usually go to?
I watch quite a lot of like basketball.
Did you mention basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, so you are interested in basketball.
Yeah.
Is that a CCA for you in school as well?
Got CCA but I never join. Can't not go, I only like watching.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so you enjoy watching, but not so much of the playing part.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, so Ethan, if I were to ask you to rate your level of struggle in chemistry, one being you are ready to score in any test or exam tomorrow, 10 being you do not know what is happening, what you have learned so far, what would you say is your level of struggle?
I think I'm around like a 5.
Okay, why would you say it's around a 5?
Because like I understand most things that the teachers say during class, but obviously there's some things that I want to like that I'm a bit confused about, but it's a bit hard for me to ask my teacher because she doesn't really like she tries to explain it to me, but I still don't really understand even after she explains it.
Okay, so the way that she explains certain things, you still don't get it after she explained it again to you.
But like I understand because she has to take an entire class, so it's a bit hard for her to like wait until I understand before moving on.
Okay, and you mentioned that you actually understand most of it. What are some of the things that you don't have a good understanding?
I think it's more of like because for the Sec 3 topics I've revised myself at home. But like for recently, because my school's like doing electrolysis, then got certain areas I think like I'm a bit confused by, but I think it's just because I never study like revise it yet for electrolysis. Because currently I'm just revising my past few chapters instead of the current chapter that we're going through right now.
Okay, so for Sec 4 topics, you will say electrolysis, you mentioned is the one that you're not quite clear, and it's because you haven't spent the time to really sit down and understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Sec 3 end of year, how do you do for your final exam?
Uh, I got pass, but like not very high pass. It's like around C5.
50+%?
Yeah, like 55, 56.
Okay. And then does your school have like WA1?
They got the TA lah, the term assessment
Okay. And how do you score for this TA?
for the first one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Only have one, right?
no, got we got 4 terms in the school year, so there's one for each term.
So right now is considered as one term, term one.
Oh, you mean for this year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh yeah, I did like like borderline B for 60%.
Okay, 60%. And what were you tested on in your TA1?
I was tested on periodic table, salts, qualitative analysis, and I don't remember the last chapter, but we were tested on 4 chapters.
Okay. Were you tested on things like called redox or something?
Oh yeah, redox. Wait, no, we're not tested redox. Redox, we just finished the chapter, so we weren't tested for it.
Okay, okay. So those are the 3 lah. There's still one more, but you cannot remember.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. And so far there's only so-called TA1, right?
Yeah, but yeah, TA2 is next term.
Okay, after the March holidays.
Yeah, I think it'll be like week 7 or 8, probably.
All right.
Because next week is our March holidays, then
Right.
after that is the start of the new term. Then after maybe 7 or 8 weeks, then it'll be the next TA.
Okay, okay. That means it's the same like other schools as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have learned electrochemistry. I mean, Mr. Chua is actually teaching this topic after the March holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think through that you will gain a better understanding. From what we hear from our students, his way of teaching electrochemistry, electrolysis that you call it, is a bit different from what your school teacher is going to be explaining. All right, so you have actually attended about 2 to 3 lessons so far. How have the lessons been for you?
I think they're quite good, quite effective, because I think Mr. Tra, like, his explanations are quite easy to understand, and he also like he's willing to like stop and like go through the questions that we don't understand again. So I think I can like understand quite well from his lesson.
Okay. Is energetics a topic that you have already learned in school or not yet?
Not yet. We're going to do, after electrolysis, we're going to do rate of reactions, then we're going to do energetics. Yeah.
Okay. So you could actually follow the lesson so far, even though you have not learned this topic at school.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Because energetics is like physics. So then since I'm a pure physics student, so like it's easier for me to understand.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so Ethan, so can I ask you what is your goal for your O-level pure chemistry?
I want to score as best as I can, but obviously I think the goal is distinction.
Okay, so distinction to you is what grade?
Maybe like A2.
Okay. And why would you want to score at A2?
Because I think my chemistry a bit jialat. So like, even if I work super hard at most, maybe I can get A2. But if I think A2 is the best I can achieve, then obviously I'll try to get there.
Yeah. Okay. And by getting an A2, right, what would that get you? How would that change your life?
That will make my report book look better.
Okay. Why would you want to make your report book look better?
Maybe like, I mean, if I get everything A, then suddenly my chemistry get like a C or something, obviously don't look good. Then like, maybe if I want to apply somewhere, it'll look better with straight A's. Because like everyone else also got straight A's. Right? So if I the only one with no straight A's, obviously like I'll lose out to other people.
Okay.
Even if it's not considered my L1 R5. Yeah.
Okay. So let's take your most recent TA1. So you score about 60+% to get to your A2, right, which is 70% above, right? What do you exactly need in order to make that jump?
I think some of the questions that like I got wrong in the TA was like more of like those explaining questions. Then I just forget to like, or I missed out on some keywords that I had to add in to get the marks. And also I remember got like the first part of the TA was on like they saying there's a product for like with different colors. Then they asking you to take to choose two substances out of like a list of them to get that product in that color. But like that's supposed to be part of qualitative analysis, but then I don't but then I already read the textbook, but like it's not in the textbook, so I was a bit confused. That's why I got the entire section wrong because I didn't know about it, although I got study for it.
Okay. So are you saying that you actually did prepare, especially you did study for QA, but when the question come out, you didn't know how to apply what you have studied on the question?
Yeah, cause like the qualitative analysis for all the school textbooks are all like on the simple like for cations and anions, but for that one it's not part of what was in the textbook. Then when I asked the teacher say got teach before. Then when I asked my classmates, they all say like it's part of qualitative analysis. Then I say where? Then they say like the teacher like go through the different lessons. Then she will like sometimes slip in like, oh, these two products make this color or something. Then I'm like, huh? Because like although I try to listen during lessons, but I think sometimes I just like never take note of these like different things, which is why like I missed out on these questions when I do them.
Okay. So in terms of learning of chemistry, right? So do you mean to say that for you to actually make an improvement, you will need to improve on the way that you answer your structured question, your open-ended question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so improve on the way that you answer. Okay. What else?
Maybe I think because sometimes when I read the questions, I don't like read super properly. So some keywords that will help me solve the question, like I just miss out on these keywords. And because of that, I cannot solve the question. So I think I need to improve on like catching these keywords that help me identify like how to do the question or like certain things I need to take note of in order to like
Okay,
score for that question. Yeah.
right. Just one more question from me before I get you started on the topical assessment. You have been learning chemistry since last year all the way to now is about 1+ years already. So do you find that in chemistry, there are a lot of things that you need to remember?
Uh, yeah, I think it's because when I try to understand certain topics, it's harder for me to like understand it by myself. So I have to like resort to memorizing in order to like help to remember it. But because of that, I feel like I have to memorize a lot of things.
Okay. So are you someone who has good memory?
I think I have, yeah, if I put my mind to it, I think I can.
Okay. So
Listen.
you can remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there occasions when you go for your chemistry test or exam, there are instances where you forgot what you have learned or what you have remembered?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think that one is because like maybe like nerves or something. Because right before because only after the exam then I realized that like 5 minutes before the actual exam I literally revised on it again. Then I remembered it. But then the moment I do the paper, like some things I forget. Because like yeah, I get nervous.
Are there also occasions whereby you actually remembered like this topic, these are the things that you're expected to so-called remember, you remember during your revision, but you just don't know how to put it into the question, in the answering of the question?
Uh I think while doing the paper, like I know how to put it into question. It's just that when I get back the marks, then I look at the question, then I realize that I never like get all the marks for the question. Then I realize it's because like although I thought that I knew how to do the question, I still missed out on certain things.
Okay, missing out. Okay, all right, great. Thanks, Ethan. So now I have a clearer idea already. So let us get you started on the topical assessment. Okay, it's a very simple quiz. It consists of all MCQ question, and it is basically testing you on some of the major topics from either your Sec 3 or Sec 4 work. You need to get ready a periodic table, your calculator.
Okay, I go get.
Yeah. You can you go and get ready these two.
Ready.
You gotten the stuff?
Yeah.
Periodic table is for sure. Mass calculator is for you to do some basic calculation. Okay. There are a total of 16 questions. Like I say, right? They are all MCQ. So what I need you to do is to make sure you selected the best answer for all questions. At the end of question number 16, please just click on the submit button so that your answers will be sent over to my site, and then we can actually review it to see how many questions you have gotten it correct, how many questions you have gotten it wrong. Then from there, we can move on from there. I'm going to paste the link in the chat. Right, can you just click on it? Make sure you are looking at Sec 4 Topical Assessment Term 1.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you a total of 25 minutes to complete. So it will be 7.1225 is 37. If you complete early, you can just submit and then just drop me a message in the chat box. Then I will just take a look at it.
Do I put in my own email?
Yeah, you can put in your own email.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're doing the topical assessment, I'll be switching off my mic and my camera so that you can focus on getting as many questions correct as possible.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come back around 7:37.
Sure.
Sorry, Christopher, I forgot to mention, I will give you a call
yes.
in a short while.
Sure.
Okay.
Then come back again. Then the question 2 is the one.
Size zinc, size oxide, size acid. This one acid should be red color. Then zinc is metal. This one should. I don't think zinc oxide is alkaline. Insoluble salts can be prepared for solutions. Give a high yield of pure barium sulfate. Adding aqueous sodium sulfate to aqueous barium chloride. High yield. Let's skip first. Solutions that change in pH and excess. Added to aqueous sodium hydroxide. This one is acid. Alkaline. Neutralization. as an excess. No, but this one should be, it should add to the equation. So it should be here, here, and continue go down. That means I'm able to react with hydrochloric acid.
Yes.
Yeah. Cut the solutions with produced. Following, which of the following is the solution is made using an indicator is made using equations. That's pink.
For my understanding, the PC never connect. Last time.
Indicator is this one is hydroxide, this one is alkali. Can't be yellow. The first is
For maths, I did hear him connected to the now upper side.
vinegar, distilled water. It's gonna be lime water. Salts plus acid.
Why they do all this? Perhaps because you do nothing. They like you.
Produce gas.
You feel that it's very only when I make the day before they like
Is the
yeah.
every direction is the sulfuric acid, not behavior acid. Variant. So these places. Oh, it's hydroxide. This one is acid. This one is okay, so correct. This one is acid. This one with oxide, acid and metal oxide.
Because you have a lot of things to remember.
Metal acid is this one correct. This one, no, it's not. It's not correct.
How you study this and come up with something else different.
Student measured the conductivity. When he added variance in hydroxide solution to dropwise because he found the conductivity.
transformed wave precipitate both if that is always an inclusive energy. Such as salt. Silver nitrate. Cambridge is nice. Just salt. Such a to as a 4. That has to be above already. Yeah, sodium. Silver nitrate. Solution S. Reactor is energy. Solution S. Nitrate energy. Okay. So that assignment had not. What is S most likely to be? Should we all agree? Need two reactive copper. Copper is supposed to which can be separated using a few different paper. Oh, this is most of them are insoluble. It sounds like the layer designs. This is bromine shift to damage shells. So sodium hydride. Excess bromine is shaken. Well, the final solution contain bromine. Bromine Br. For that solution. So for the transition metals, transition metals. Transition metals are not colorless, they got a lot of different colors. High melting, low density. This one can be. This one can be. This one both outside. Either access this or not. High purplish black solid. I don't think so. I think it's. Yeah. Okay. The variance of same. Acid, sulfuric acid. The difference. This one got conductivity, no, this one got conductivity. Must be insulator. This one's H2SO4. This one is ethanol. This one is NO3. Oh, it's NO3. That's ethanol. No, ethanol. It's not interesting. So, some process can be repeated by writing aqueous solutions also. Oh, solution. Oh, so to get the soluble salts, you must have excess acid. No lah, it's not excess acid, it's excess. It cannot be excess acid. If it's excess acid, then you cannot get soluble salt because it's not pure. Not pure. Then aqueous. Says dilute hydrogen acid to very good. These the actions again. Maybe this one dilute. This one dilute is not strong acid. This one is cannot be. Two cannot be. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? Oh, what? What can we do? I think excess dilute nitric acid to barium carbonate. Acid then carbonate. You add sulfuric acid. This. Finish impossible. Finish impossible. Dissolves in water. Water is H2O. So it can be either OH minus or H plus. But it's pH3. But this doesn't make sense because it's nitrogen. And this has H. Ah, you get a H from here. You get a H from. Oh, this one cannot be. Have to be this one. Then where the O come from? Oh, the O is from the water. Oh, okay, Some be oxide. So I never learned the structure. NaCl sodium chloride. We got learn the structure. This one is calcium fluoride. Yeah, it's probably that. Oh, wait. But they don't tell you whether the thing is pink or blue when they use it. Yellow mixture, that means no, if it's yellow mixture, that means the thing is still high in acidity. So even when you add this, the thing which is an alkali, this thing still stay the same. And it cannot be like, what am I thinking? Why is it lime water? So distilled water is like neutral pH. No, it's like a bit acidic. No. Try this Cl minus ion so vinegar. I don't know vinegar, so I don't. This one's 100% out. This one doesn't seem right. How would I know whether Cl will be removed or not? ERBR plus. Shouldn't it contain chlorine or iodine, but it doesn't. How would that mix? I don't believe that the thing won't be added. Yeah, I don't know. Lower pressure, right? Oh yeah, it's okay. One minute. Yeah, so difficult. What's it gonna be for? So hard. I revised yesterday and did 6%. And they say they add excess bromine into sodium iodide, from sodium iodide, sodium chloride. Never learn. But we only learn like displacement lah, if it's higher reactivity or whatever. Then we also learn that it's access to us those two salts that like double this, but they never learn which one. Like what's the difference between sodium chloride and sodium iodide? We never learned that.
Sodium chloride. Okay, convert it to basic salt and
I
alkaline.
know it's any sodium chloride is any plus then Cl minus. Then sodium iodide is any plus I minus. But what's the difference? The difference is just to whether it's chlorine or iodine. You add excess bromine, how would you know what's the like which one, what will be the product at the end? I just put all
But
then because
Is it because you need to write down the equation and then move the element? No.
cannot be, that one doesn't make a difference. Both of them are minus.
No.
The only difference is whether one is Cl, one is ion. Then the options are like the bromine just not there in the first place, which I don't think is the case. Because you add the bromine in excess, I would assume bromine will be one of the products. Then there's two options. One is with the bromine, will be sodium bromide. Then both the two options, right, both of them is sodium bromide, but then the other one will be either sodium iodide or sodium chloride. So one of them is removed, but then the last one is all three of them. So I just put all three of them, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You don't even have to calculate. I got simple calculation. Full question, right? I struggle sometimes.
even the school question I find easier than this one. School question I can still find answer. This one is like it doesn't even make sense. Like how am I supposed to know what you get as a product? You know, like 没有学过. We learn the basics and like the properties and all that, but we never learn what you get. Okay, some of the questions, yeah, you need to know the properties and all that. And to be fair, I might get those wrong because I never study enough for them. I don't even remember that's the word. But for some of them, like the bromine question, all that is like I feel like I really like never
No idea.
Then some more is like if it was a long like open-ended long based question, right? Maybe like you can say, oh, you're supposed to like infer from the question, then find the clues, then you will solve it. But this one is all MCQs, short questions.
I'll
So
go
it's
back to basic like is it how salt lah, how to line this stuff. Salt plus apply.
yeah, sodium chloride and sodium iodide are both salts. Then we add excess bromine. I know when you add excess, I don't even know what bromine is. Bromine is just
Bromine, I think it's it's not pure, it's not metal, it's actually what inside. What is that?
Okay, Ethan, I'm back. Okay, thanks for waiting. Okay, can I first confirm with you, the topics that were in this assessment, are there things that you have not learned before?
In terms of some topics, I don't think so.
Okay, let me just go through it quickly, just to confirm. So, do you know the topics that is you're being tested?
For this coming TA,
Yeah. No, for this topical assessment that you have just done.
from what you said just now, I think it's all Sec 3 topics and it's the Sec 4 topics that we've gone through.
Yes. So things like your bonding, acid bases sort, your QA, your periodic table, which was tested in your TA1, correct? Okay. So out of 16 questions, Ethan, how many questions do you think you have gotten it correct?
Honestly, I found it very hard, so I don't think I'll get a lot correct.
Okay. Hey, Ethan, this one is just MCQ question, right? Why do you find it hard? Since you don't have to like write the open-ended, like don't have to put in the keywords and all this.
It's because like some of the questions I feel like I never learned before one. No idea where to go from there. Like I got study everything in the textbook, I got like read my notes all that. But and like if it's because I forget, then like I understand, you know, I can just go revise myself, like revise more so I can remember next time. But some of these things is really like I very like confused, like how am I supposed to know this?
Okay, I got you. All right, so make a guess lah. How many questions you got it correct before I share with you?
Like 8.
8, so half, okay.
Yeah.
I show it to you now. Let me share screen. Okay, share. Okay, could you actually see my screen? Maybe you need to make it a bit bigger, Can you actually see?
Yes.
Okay. So out of 16 questions, now, first of all, I need to let you know, Mr. Chua designed this topical assessment. He categorized the questions into 2 broad categories. There are 11 questions testing you on your basic concept and associated keywords. These are what we call, in layman's term, the simpler question. Then he set aside another 5 questions that is more mapping kind, that means more application based, not that straightforward, require you to think a little bit more. So that is how the questions are being developed. So out of 16 questions, you got 3 questions correct. Overall, in terms of percentage, is 19%. The average score for this topical assessment is 63%. So for our students, after they've gone through Mr. Chua's program and they do this assessment, they score 88%. Okay, now I would like to quickly go through the very, very first question. Okay, just to quickly share with you. Now, let me share screen on this first question here. If you recall, do you recall what was the first question?
It was the structure.
Yes, it was the structure. So let me just share screen so that you know what the question is all about. Okay, this one. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now this is the question. I want you to read the question. The first question that I have for you is, Ethan, can I know which topic is this question from?
Chapter 5, Atomic Structure.
Ah, okay. Now, the very important thing is we must know an idea of where this question is from. This is not actually from atomic structure. It's from another topic, a very, very important one, in fact. Something that comes after atomic structure. Okay, I help you along. Could you share with me, right, what is an important keyword in this question?
Ionic compound.
Thank you. I will circle this. We talk about ionic in this particular topic, quite a big topic that you learn in the early part of Sec 3. Do you recall what topic that is? Where we talk about ionic compound, covalent compound.
Chemical bonding.
Exactly. It's from bonding. Okay. Now, Ethan, the next thing. This is your basic concept already. You got to treat me that I'm a primary school student. Can you tell me, right, what does an ionic compound means?
A metal and a non-metal.
Thank you. Metal and non-metal. Okay, so this is how it's being formed, metal, non-metal. So now, from this question itself, right, there are 4 options. Which one can we eliminate? Because this is Mr. Chua favorite's method. So we're going to apply what he has been talking about. Which one can we eliminate? Which means to say, right, you look at the 4 options there, right? Then can you tell me which one is not an ionic compound?
C.
Sorry?
C.
C for cat, is it?
Yeah.
This is not ionic. Exactly, eliminate already. Do you know you choose this as the answer?
Oh, it's because like I never learned about like the structure of the other 3. That's why I chose that.
Actually, I tell you the truth, right? You only learn about structure of one of them only. The other 3 you never learn on. Okay, so hold your horses. So this one is gone already. So now we are left with 3, right? So ABD, do you agree with me that ABD they are all ionic?
Yeah.
Okay. So now our question is, since the 3 of them are ionic, then which one is the answer? Then now we got to go to the diagram. You realize that I have not talked about the diagram? It's there for a purpose, not just to decorate the question or to make it complex. It's there for a purpose. I want you to look at the ions in the structure there. Okay, this is called giant lattice structure. So there are 2 ions. Let's put it simply. You got one that is bigger and one that is smaller. So Ethan, just give me a quick answer. Do you see equal number of ions, the big versus the small?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. That means to say, right, you look at option A, B, D. You look at the ratio of the cation ion and anion ion. Which one, right, has the ratio of 1:1?
B and D.
Which one? Which one?
B and D.
So could they be the answer?
No.
No.
Wait,
No.
so this question is more of like common sense than really like
You can
knowing
say it that way, but
than
it
knowing the
also,
actual structure.
yeah, depends. It also come back. You realize the question I asked you, it was based on your understanding of what you know about ionic bonding. But then we got to link back to what we learned, because you got to ask yourself, really, I got 3 ionic compound. Then how I go about choosing? Then you must look at the diagram. There's something very unique about the diagram as well as the remaining options that we have. Is the ratio of your cation ion and anion ion. Now, in school, right, maybe you never learn about ionic compound like that. Maybe not. Okay, but in ionic compound, a classic example will be sodium chloride. Correct? That is something that you will learn. And I guess you also kind of recall what the structure looked like. Okay, but I do not know whether your teacher actually emphasized telling you all the ratio of the cation ions and anions. They are in the ratio of 1:1. That's why in the diagram, you see that, you know, your cation ion, anion is like equal number. Okay, so is there anything new? Most students, right, they didn't get this question correct. Also, partly because there are something unfamiliar. They have like, I know about sodium chloride, but calcium fluoride, I've never touched this compound before, never learned about it before. So that could actually present a block. But once you have a very good understanding, you pay attention to the questions that I ask you, it all comes down to what you have learned on, whether it's from your textbook or from your notes. But you must be very clear in terms of, you know, your basic understanding of ionic. Because the fact that you choose C, right, it tells me that, Ethan, do you know ionic versus covalent? Because C is actually the first answers that we eliminate. So if you give me A, B, D, right, not too bad. But you give me C, is a big exclamation mark. You understand my point? Okay. And the fact that you want to score A2, right? You cannot give C as your answer. All right. So I just wanted to share with you, okay, because Mr. Chua's way of doing the question is exactly like what I mentioned to you through the BAM technique. Okay, later on I'll discuss a little bit more on this. Okay, great. So now I will like to actually go ahead and then share with you and your dad on what is coming up from now to O level. Is he actually beside you?
He went somewhere, I go call him.
Okay, Ken.
Yes.
Hi, Christopher. So
Yes,
I've actually done a quick review using one of the questions with Ethan.
Okay.
So did you actually hear how many percent he scored? How many questions he got it correct?
He got 3 questions right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that even though he has so-called learned the topics, he understand like what he has read from textbook or notes, but he just found the questions challenging. For I think the main reason is because he could be actually in when he's reading when his level of understanding has to be deeper. Okay, he has to actually have more understanding, like I mentioned to you earlier on, more understanding, less memorizing. If not, if the questions appear unfamiliar to him, right, he will get a mental block on how to go about doing it.
Okay.
And these are actually pretty straightforward question for most of them. 11 questions are actually pretty straightforward. Only about 5 questions that are more challenging. Okay, so that is something for you to know. So now let's move. Okay. All right. Could you actually see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, let me just. Okay, now the earlier part when we actually start off, right? This is only for you, Ethan. If you are open to feedback, you embrace discomfort without getting offended. Like I told you just now about your question, if you give me C as your answer, right? To be honest with you, there is no way students who get distinction for chemistry can give C as an answer. So that is something that you need to pay attention to. This is for you. If you take ownership, admit mistake, take massive actions, you're hungry to improve your grades, open to new concepts and strategies, apply what is being taught, you do whatever it takes to improve regardless of your school and current school grade. We will be able to actually help you on what you want to achieve, at least an A2 for your chemistry. Talking about your goal for O-level chemistry, Ethan, I just have one more question to ask you. What is your level of commitment for you to actually achieve the distinction you want in chemistry? One being you're just going to leave things as it is, what you have always been doing. 10 being you are ready to run through the brick wall to get at least an A2 for your chemistry.
Probably a 9.
Okay. I hold your words to it. Level of commitment is a 9. Okay, great. Okay, so let us move on. Okay, this one I will not discuss too much about it. Okay, this for parents and students who are not the right fit for us. These are the traits that I mentioned to you earlier on. Okay, so for this group of parents and students, most of the time we are not able to help them to really break through in their chemistry because of these traits. Now, this is Mr. Chua teaching methodology. It stands for the BAM technique, whereby he will explain the basic concept for every topic as well as the associated keywords. It comes together, okay? I'd like to emphasize understanding, okay? Understanding, more understanding, less memorizing, Ethan, okay? So how do you know whether you are reaching that level of understanding and you're not memorizing? If you have a friend who asks you anything, right, any questions on chemistry, and you can actually explain in a very clear, with the right kind of keywords, your friends can understand, that means you have reached that level of understanding already, instead of relying on memory. You get what I mean? Okay, so there is one way for us to actually tell. After he is done with the Mr. Choi is done with the explanation of this part, then he will talk about mapping skills, whereby how do you put what you have learned onto questions, whether it's MCQ or whether it's open-ended structured question. So for the past few lessons, you have actually seen in action this BAM technique in action. He does this same teaching methodology for every topic, okay, that he is teaching. And this is the technique that has actually helped our students to actually score their A's in chemistry. Now, in his Sec 3 class, he is actually doing the foundation. So these are the foundation topic. Now, these topics with the stars here are super important topic. He called it the 5 pillars. It forms the foundation of the entire chemistry. And that is also the reason why in this topical assessment, he actually tested quite a number of questions on your foundation. Because if your foundation is not strong, right, then how are you going to cope with more challenging topics like what you're learning this year for application? So this is a Sec 4 from foundation. We move into application topic. So in terms of what you're learning, you realize that understanding wise, it is not as easy as in the past, okay? Because these topics are very application based, very abstract. Sometimes they are not things that you can actually see, okay? So these are the topics. And this is the overall plan for the Sec 4 class this year. So from January all the way to end of June, right, Mr. Chua will be completing the Sec 4 topics. Later on, I'll show you the lesson plan on what do I mean by Sec 4 topics. Currently, you are in the Saturday 10 o'clock class. Then what happened from July to October? He goes into topical revision. He has about 16 to 17 weeks. And Ethan, do you know how many topics in chemistry you need to prepare for your O-level?
20.
About 20 topics. So that means to say on average, every week, right, he must finish about one topic or even more. Okay? So that is what is going to happen from July to October. He will be focusing on mapping, which means to say the discussion of application question from Sec 3 first topic all the way to Sec 4 last topic. Okay, so this is what is going to happen from July to October. Now, as it draws nearer to exam, if you can see over here, there's this P3, P2, P1. It stands for the chemistry paper that you'll be sitting for. You will be sitting for the first paper called the chemistry practical. Okay, followed by your open-ended structured question, which is P2. The last one is called P1, MCQ. All right, and when that happens, right, he conducts the annual final exam boosters targeting each of the paper. So these final exam boosters, right, will usually happen 1 to 2 weeks before the actual O-level paper. All right, so this is the overall plan for Sec 4 class from January all the way to O-level. Now, this is the lesson plan that I want to share with you. Right now, we are in March. So he is right now on energetics, which is on track. Okay, he is about to finish. This is the next topic. These two are linked together. This is the one that you have learned in school, but there are things that you didn't understand. So this part here, you got to pay more attention to what he is teaching. Then after that, it will be organic chemistry. This is a very big topic. It consists of several subtopics inside. Okay. Then he will end off the syllabus with 2 smaller topics, environmental chemistry on maintaining air quality, followed by ammonia. Then from July to October, that is where I tell you he is covering the topical revision, focusing on the answering technique. We call it mapping. Okay. So it's a little bit different from what the current lessons that you're attending, because the current lessons you get to actually learn, you get to actually understand in terms of the concept wise. But because of time constraint, right, he has no time because he only got 16 to 17 weeks to cover about 20 topics. So he can only focus on the mapping. Okay. So far, any question? Okay, good. Okay, just now I say the foundation. These are the reason why the foundation topics are so important. The first one being chemical bonding. It is linked from the first topic in Sec 3, element compound mixture, all the way to the last topic called organic chemistry. So imagine if I'm not good in chemical bonding, how many topics will be affected? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the reason why, right, chemistry is the most challenging science out of the 3 sciences that you learn, because one link to another. Okay, so you must have very good understanding, not to even mention the application skill. You must have very good understanding in these 5 pillars. The next second, third, and fourth pillars, your acid, base, salt. Look at which other topics is linked to. So if let's say you are not doing well in electrolysis that you have just learned, right, maybe your understanding of acid, base, salt is not good enough. There are gaps, there are holes inside here. That's why it's affecting you. Okay, or let's say rate of reaction. If you are not doing well, no matter, like you really study your textbook and you do the question, but how come you still cannot break through? Maybe the underlying reason is this. Okay, and the last one is mole. Just like the rest of the 5 pillars topic, it is actually linked to a lot of other topics, whether it's from Sec 3 or Sec 4. Okay, now I just want to share with you what some students say, how they benefited. This boy called Jared Leong, he actually joined us around this period. He got a B4 for his WA2, but he wasn't very happy or confident because his result was bouncing up and down with each weighted assessment. After he joined us and look at what he said, Mr. Chua's way of teaching by mastering the keywords, understanding chemistry instead of just memorizing. This was the part that really helped him to improve from a B4 to A1 for the prelim. And then with that, he continues to maintain his A1 for O-level. Okay, so this is Jared Leong. So this part here was the part that he struggled. Then this other girl called Sarah, her problem is a little bit different. She didn't understand the Sec 3 topics, acid, base, salt, and mole, and got a C5. So what happened is he joined us to actually clear off the understanding of these topics. We call it the 5 pillars. And for her Sec 3 end of year exam, she went from a C5 to an A2 in just 4 months. We wanted to actually share with you this case study just to highlight once again how important is the 5 pillars. And then one more student, I believe this is the last one that I have, Ephraim Ong. His problem is a little bit different. For him, right, he's from Anderson Sec. He found the school lesson puzzling, confusing, and messy, and ended up with an E8 for WA. So he likes Mr. Chua's notes because to him it is concise and effective. And is coupled with numerous questions targeted at basic concept and keywords that is required to score. So he is those that really just use his notes for his WAs, for his prelims, for his O-levels. So that is what Ephraim benefited from. He went from an E8 from WA to A1 for O-level, right now in Nanyang JC. Okay, so Ethan, all these students that I've actually shared with you, right, they went through the same thing like what you have gone through, the same teaching methodology that Mr. Chua has been teaching over the years, the PEN technique. Okay, so if they can make the jump to get what they want, right, so can you. All right. Okay, now, you are going to finish the 4 weeks of program soon. I think, I can't recall. I think maybe end of March, you're going to finish. So there are different options for you to actually carry on. So I just wanted to share with you quickly what are the options. Now, the first option is, if let's say you want to actually recap your Sec 3 work, okay, in deep details by really understanding the basic concept, the associated keywords, basically exactly what you are attending the Sec 4 class, okay, then there is this option over here for you, okay. Notes will be provided after every lesson. There will be lessons recording, and soon you will be required to actually submit the assignment for the first topic that you have attended called energetics. Mr. Chua will make the announcement. For any clarification or question, you can make use of Telegram support one-to-one consultation by arranging to see Mr. Chua to clarify any chemistry questions that you have. Then there is this, during the June holidays, we have actually intensive revision on the Sec 3 and Sec 4 major topics. And this is the chemistry exam boosters that I told you that happens right before your O-level. Then students on this plan itself, they get access to the entire Sec 3 and Sec 4 online curriculum. Basically, an overall very comprehensive revision of what is required before you go for your O-level exam. So this is an option for you if you want to actually recap the Sec 3 on top of the Sec 4. Otherwise, you can continue with the termly, whereby it consists of 12 lessons in the term itself, continuing with your Sec 4, the curriculum, finishing up the Sec 4 curriculum, then going into the topical revision, focusing on the answering techniques. So that is another option as well. Otherwise, you can also continue with what you are having right now based on every four lessons in a month based on the Sec 4 class. All right, so these are the options that we have for our Sec 4 students. Okay, do you all have any questions?
So you mean after the 1 month, we had to make a choice between these three?
Yeah, he can continue with like monthly, like continue attending the Sec 4 class, then based on monthly or termly, or if he wants like to recap Sec 4 on top of Sec 3, that is also an option.
When will you need to give a reply to this?
I will need to check when the 4 weeks program is going to end. So usually students, okay, let me just okay, which plan actually work best for you, Ethan?
I think maybe the termly one.
Okay, so if it's a termly one, then the term itself is based on 12 lessons. Then just before the 4 weeks of program end, you can just let us know. Then we will actually switch him to the termly. Okay. Christopher, any other questions that you have?
So far, I noticed the termly and monthly basically similar, except one item, the last item, one-to-one consultations.
Yeah. Also, the fees is also different. The termly, there is a 10% off.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so termly there's a 10% off. Monthly is like what you have paid for the 4 weeks boot camp. It's just that there's no more registration fees. So it's based on every 4 lesson is $600. Yeah. Then termly there will be a 10% off for the 12 lessons.
Okay. So for the termly, how much is the charge?
Okay, let me just share with you. So these are the fees for the different for yearly. This is the amount is 8,500, included everything, Sec 3, Sec 4, all the revision workshop, final exam boosters, and the online curriculum. For the termly, based on 12 lessons, it is 1,620. There's a savings of $180. Then for monthly, it is similar to what you have paid for the bootcamp.
Okay. Oh, okay. Understand. Okay, Ken. We'll let you know.
Okay, Ken.
Yeah.
All right.
Before the term end, yeah. The
Okay.
lesson end, yeah.
Ken. All right. So if there aren't any other questions, that will be all from me tonight.
Sure.
Thanks, Ethan and Christopher, for your time.
Okay,
Alright.
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Ethan, any questions, clarify with Mr. Chua, whether during lesson or you can catch him during break time, before or after lesson.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, goodbye.